Top 10 unique characteristics only 1% of humans have. We are all unique. Even though we all have some traits in common with our friends and family, each has a unique mix of traits. Some traits are controlled by genes passed down from generation to generation. Some are learned, while others are born with. But most are caused by a mix of genes and environmental things. Here are some easy-to-spot examples of traits that can change. Number 10. Peck tasting. The chemical phenylthiocarbamide tastes very bitter to about 75% of us. The other 25% don't like it at all. Peck taste is mostly controlled by a single gene that tells the tongue to make a receptor for bitter tastes. The taste of peck is controlled by different versions, or alleles, of this gene. The pattern of inheritance in peck tasting is very easy to predict. Number 9. Bent little finger. When a person has a dominant allele, the last joint of the little finger bends sharply toward the fourth finger. Lay both hands flat on a table, loosen up your muscles, and pay attention to whether your little finger is bent or straight. Number 8. Hairline shape. Some sources say that a widow's peak is caused by one dominant gene, but no scientific study backs this up. The fact that the trait is continuous makes it harder to answer whether it can be passed down. Some people have just a hint of a peak. Most likely, genes, not the environment, are responsible for the widow's peak. But hairline shape tends to be passed down from parent to child in an unpredictable way, which suggests that more than one gene is involved. Number 7. Chin cleft. The structure that lies beneath the eye-shaped split in the chin is what makes the cleft stand out. This is because the jawbone and muscle haven't fully joined together on the left and right sides. Females don't seem to be affected as much as males. Number 6. Red/green colorblindness. A single gene causes color blindness to be red and green on the X chromosome. This gene instructs the body to produce a protein that aids in the perception of specific colors of light. When this gene is broken, the eye can't distinguish between red and green. You need at least one copy of the gene that works to see red and green. Boys only have one X chromosome, which comes from their mothers. If they get one bad copy of a gene, they will be colorblind. Girls have two X chromosomes, so if they want to be colorblind, they need to get one bad copy from each parent. So, colorblindness to red and green is much more common in boys, 1 in 12, than in girls, 1 in 250. Number 5. Achu syndrome. The photosneeze reflex is another name for this dominant trait. If you sneeze, usually twice or 3 times, when suddenly exposed to light, you have the genes for the Achu syndrome. The next time you go to a movie, leave through a door that goes straight outside. It's fun to wait outside the theater and watch people leave. Some will start to sneeze as soon as they see the light. Number 4. Hand clasping. One study found that 55% of people put their left thumb on top, 45% put their right thumb on top, and 1% has no preference. A study of identical twins found that hand clasping is strongly influenced by genes. Most twins do it, but it doesn't follow a predictable inheritance pattern. Many genes and environmental factors likely play a role. Number 3. Curly hair. African people are more likely to have curly hair than people in Asia, while Europeans are somewhere in the middle. Most Asians have straight hair because of changes in 2 genes. These genes are distinct from those responsible for European hair texture. Africans and Europeans have curly hair because their genes are different. Number 2. Freckles. The MIC1 gene is mostly in charge of freckles. Freckles tend to be passed down from parent to child if both parents have freckles. Alleles of MIC1 control how many freckles a person has. The size, color, and pattern of freckles are all affected by other genes and the environment. For instance, being in the sun can temporarily make more freckles show up. Number 1. Tongue rolling. Many sources say that a single gene is in charge of tongue rolling. Sturdivant noticed that people could learn to roll their tongues as they age. This suggests that genes aren't the only thing that affects the trait. This is confirmed by the fact that only 70% of identical twins possess the feature in question. If genes only caused tongue rolling, all identical twins would have the trait. So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, click the like and the bell buttons. We'll have another video for you soon. Take care until then.